right, it is Sunday, March 21st, 2021, and just giving a garden status update. Everything is starting to wake up, so you're seeing right here we've got the Pieris, that's the mountain fire, and Graham Blandy boxwood right behind that. Over slightly to the left, we got the Anna's Magic Ball Arborvitae right behind that. I know it probably doesn't show up well on camera right now, but there is the very miniature size sky pencil holly. I had ordered those online. They were much smaller 2 years ago when I planted all of this, about a year and a half ago. These Liriope are, doing their thing. They are having no troubles whatsoever. More of that Anna's Magic Ball Arborvitae. Then we're talking about the Nandina Firepower over next to more Liriope, and then a nice luscious full looking the Carl Forster switchgrass. Nice, really low maintenance grass. Only maintenance involved right here is I'm just gonna have to cut it down a little bit. More Liriope. One of my Firepower Nandina did not make it last year, so I threw in a Nandina Obsession. They're a semi-evergreen. These Nandinas, they're semi-evergreen. They keep their leaves intact for the winter. Pro tip, they do need to have plenty of moisture to maintain that foliage. Keep that in mind when you're purchasing these. A good amount of sunlight also goes a long way. But those Nandina are very colorful. That lime green foliage turns red in the winter, and it's kind of a multicolor effect. A little bit of red, orange, chartreuse. Love that plant, use a lot in my designs. Over here we've got the what's waking up is my Miss Kim lilac, or I'm sorry, the Miss Kim Rosa Sharon, still budding out, doing its thing. It's about to leaf out really any day now. I mean, we're at almost the tail end of March. So next to that, my lilac. This lilac is leafing out nice and early. I got that from a client. It was just a piece that was like barely alive. So I was like, well, let's give it a shot. Brought it to my property, planted it out here, backyard, and it wants to make it. It's definitely doing its thing. It blooms twice a year. Haven't got much fragrance out of it, but I'm sure that'll be soon to come as it matures. Next to that, the Eye Sumac. Eye Sumac is, definitely got those nubs all up and down. It's about to make a grand appearance with that chartreuse foliage. I know not much to look at right now, but once again, it's early spring. More Liriope, that's kind of the theme. It just kind of ties everything all together. And what you kind of don't see over here is a siren red crepe myrtle. Definitely colorful during the summertime. I've got the reblooming azalea. I mean, once again, this isn't really much for like show you wowing photos or video of the plants because everything's still waking up, and the color, I just got done fertilizing, so once it leaves out, you're going to see more of those vibrant colors. Over here, the Lemony lace Sambucus. Sambucus is definitely doing its thing. I mean, it's got growth coming all up and down. It surprised me this year. It's one of the first things to leaf out. Up next to these Orange Rocket Barbary, they always get a jump start on pretty much everything. They leaf out even before forsythia and everything. Love these Orange Rocket. I mean, I've gotten mixed reviews on these. Some people can take it or leave it. They're definitely very thorny. Keep that in mind, but awesome plant. Behind that, the Limelight Hydrangea hasn't shown me much signs yet. I mean, it's got little specks on it, so it's gonna make an entrance here in the next few weeks. Up here is definitely need to trim this back. I probably better get on that pretty soon here. It's the smoke tree, the Grace smoke tree, I believe. If I am wrong about that, I'll put that in the description. But purple foliage, really deep purple foliage, and it really makes a statement. In this pot over here, I've got some clematis, and I'll put this trellis kind of back up. I just handmade a trellis just to give it something to latch on to. But it was over here, and it was actually getting overshadowed a lot by what's about to come out. Probably once the ground fully warms up. Over here is that hibiscus, the hardy hibiscus, the one with the huge cranberry colored blooms, as well as it's got that really deep purple kind of bronze burgundy foliage. Awesome plant for the summertime. Don't be too anxious if you don't see any action from it, you know, within the first bit of spring, really till the tail end of spring. It's a late starter, as well as that crepe myrtle I was telling you about. Kind of June time is the time to get going on that. And what's about to leaf out, this fine line buckthorn. Awesome columnar, structural, architectural looking plant. Really, I mean, I love these. I've heard lots of people say they could take it or leave it, but to me, they just have that, they'll leaf out and have that kind of stringy, strap-like, deep, dark foliage that just gives an awesome backdrop to any landscape. Also good contrast to like blooming plants. Flowering plants can take all the sun you want to give it. Not even the biggest water hog. Really, they kind of like to stay a little bit dry. I've noticed. I've seen them not do well in wet conditions. And then over here, the DeGroots Arborvitae, that's a tiny one. It'll be doing its thing pretty soon here. It's just making its way. It's, you know what, it might be a thuja, the thuja, it's an emerald green. All right, sorry about that. Emerald green Arborvitae. Which, you know, thing to watch out for on the emerald green is just how the it doesn't have that central leader. So what I'll probably end up doing is subordinating one of those, or maybe two of those main stems to make the one in the middle the one, because what you have to watch out for in the winter is that snow can split it somewhat easily. Over here, the Emerald Gaiety Euonymus, also awesome evergreen, really super low maintenance, part sun, part shade, just does well. I've seen almost no matter what, I've seen it take a fair amount of neglect and it do just fine. That awesome variegated foliage. Over here, I planted this last year. It was the, let's see, the Amaria, or also known as the I'm drawing a blank on the name here, but it should be blooming, you know, in the springtime, but it doesn't look like it's gonna make it that way anytime soon. So I'll get you an update when that happens. And then some Fire Chief Arborvitae. Fire Chief, I got my hose out, so watch out. But yeah, the Fire Chief, awesome. I use these a lot. Super evergreen. They turn red in the fall, hence Fire Chief. They are lime green in the spring once they kind of get up and growing, and then they're a color changer. You know, they're going to get you some chartreuse, some red, some orange, multicolor, fine foliage, super low maintenance, but they will want some water, you know, when they're getting quite a bit of light. That kind of goes with almost everything. And over here next to, I'm sure you can tell it's very windy today. Everything's getting blown over, including my water cans. We've got some blue fescue, 3 of them, just kind of in a circle here. And what's coming up is Sedum. That is it's probably the Mountain Fire, the Mountain Joy. But I did plant like a variegated, I think it was called Mr. something. Once I find out, I'll post it in the description. It didn't make it. I think it stayed too wet. Those stone crop really don't like to stay wet. More stone crop over here. This one was the Dazzleberry. I'm pretty sure Dazzleberry, which is a low kind of ground cover sedum. Awesome pinkish red flowers in the springtime, or sorry, fall. And then just some other cool, interesting things is planted in this huge pot. A Japanese maple was on the patio of a restaurant that I was doing design for, and the restaurant went out of business, so I thought that they would need a new home, so I brought them this one as well as this one here. So the one with the red stems has got that green foliage. It didn't have a tag on it at the nursery that I bought it from, so I could take all kinds of shots in the dark on which exact kind of Japanese maple it was, but awesome green foliage. Once it leaves out, there's little nubs all over these. I'd probably need to get them some water soon. They're 100% reliant on me since they're kind of above a covered deck. But this one has got that burgundy, real deep plum foliage that I love about it. And in this huge pot, I used to have a huge fiddle leaf fig. There's 4 giant figs in here, and I split them all up and divided it, and I actually sold them. It was too unyieldly, or too unruly, let's just say. So I just had to part ways. But that's the garden status update for March 21st. Nothing's really doing its thing except for the barberries and the lilac, kinda, but everything is definitely waking up. I'm about to probably put some mulch on this pretty soon here. I'll get you a video once that happens and once those leaves come out, and watch out for that update. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned.